Hey guys, hope you're having a good day. Today, I'm going to be uncovering a mystery and sharing info about a game I really enjoy playing. Hope you guys enjoy, and remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Well, without further ado, I present the lore of OvO. To learn about OvO, we must first look at Off by Mortis Ghost. In Off, the batter goes from zone to zone to purify the world and complete his sacred mission. Alongside the batter are the spirit entities. Together with the batter, they make their way through the zones and defeat the bosses all the way up to the queen, who also has spirit entities of her own. After defeating the queen, as well as some other adversaries afterwards, the batter sees a switch and has the choice to turn it off. Turning the switch off results in the end. The screen goes black and the credits roll. Now, what did the switch turn off? How does this tie to OvO? Well, if you unlock the true ending of the game, then things begin to fall in place. In the true ending, a screen appears, noting of a parallel universe. A spaceship then appears, and space apes begin detailing how they plan to use the now destroyed zones to build machines and attack other aliens. So what did the off switch do? It relinquished the player's control over the batter, which is why the screen goes black, because the player no longer knows what the batter is doing, as the connection has been severed. The batter is now free to continue his mission and purify, as there are still other evils out there. This is how the batter arrived on the Earth-like planet that OvO takes place on. Here, the batter had an encounter that would change everything. While going around the planet and purifying it, a certain organization began to take notice and was vastly intrigued by the powers of the batter. After making contact with the batter and promising to help with his mission, the batter decided to see what the org could offer. At the organization, the batter was assigned to a group that would study, research, and test the batter, as well as the power of the spirit entities. Among those in the group were Aldelich, Arigato, and Frank. After months of experimenting and tests, the team had a breakthrough. They found a way to merge a spirit with the batter, creating a form that you are all familiar with. In this form, the batter's power increased tremendously. With this new power, the batter began purifying once again. However, this time, he was not alone. Alongside him now were other members of the organization in battle armor suits. As the batter traveled with the knights purifying planets, they would return every so often so that the vitals can be checked and repairs can be made. This continued for quite some time, but the curiosity began to grow. Is it possible to merge with more than one spirit? And what would happen if they did? This led to a series of new experiments and trials, and after countless failures, all hope of this being accomplished began fading, and talk of it being impossible rose. Yet, the time they had all hoped for finally came. At last, they proved to be successful in merging the batter with two spirits. The amount of power that this resulted in was unfathomable. Energy was now surging outside of the body. Purifying planets had never been easier. And by harnessing some of the excess power that the batter was emitting, they were able to make improvements to the armor of chosen knights and brought forth the light knights. Everything seemed fine for quite some time, but some began to notice a difference in the batter. The batter's demeanor and personality began to change. He began talking more of power and control, while also referring to enemies as weak. While on one mission at the planet inhabited by bugs, everything would change forever. The batter was no longer purifying, but instead causing havoc. He was destroying everything in his path and toying with its people. It was at this moment the batter decided that the only way to truly purify is to control the weak so that they can never gain enough power to become impure. Seeing what the batter was doing, the knights tried to stop him. For a while, both sides appeared even, and this angered the batter, as it meant he needed more power, more spirits. He had to return and fuse with the third spirit in order to fulfill his new mission. With each passing minute, the tide turned more in favor of the batter, and that meant he was one step closer to reaching the ship. Seeing that defeat was imminent, the Light Knights ordered the remaining knights to return to the ship while they bought them time. They were reluctant at first, but soon obliged, and boarded the ship and left, leaving the Light Knights on the planet, the batter. When the knights returned back to the org, there was an unsettling feeling that echoed throughout. How did this happen? What do we do? What can we do? The only thing certain was that if Batter got a hold of the third spirit, it was over. With the threat of utter doom lurking, they began thinking of plans to stop the Batter. Many were suggested, but only one seemed to have any possibility of succeeding. They must find someone who has the compatibility to merge with a spirit. The odds were stacked against them. They had to find someone, if there even was someone on that planet, who had the potential of merging. They then had to actually merge them if it was possible. And they had to do this all before the Batter acquired the means to reach the planet. Regardless, this was their only hope. By the grace of good fortune, they were able to accomplish this. And this now led to the next part. Do they wait for the Batter? Or do they take the battle to him? After some deliberation, it was decided that it would be better if they took the battle to him, and so preparations began for this battle to decide all. Finally, everything was ready, and they started their paths towards the bug planet once more. Upon arriving, all that could be seen was destruction. Buildings were in ruins, the people in shambles. They exited the ship and initiated their search, but it didn't take long before they found what they were looking for. Waiting for them in the town central was the Batter, but he looked different. It seemed that the amount of energy inside him altered his appearance. The Batter welcomed them and thanked them for saving him the hassle by bringing him the third spirit. As he said this, people appeared from the shadows with armor that matched its color. Shock spread throughout the knights, as these were the Light Knights they left behind. The Batter used this opportunity to attack while they were caught off guard. The battle began, and a clash never before seen had commenced. The battle lasted for an hour, but felt like an eternity, and when the dust settled, the Batter appeared to have the advantage. Doom seemed to be imminent. The Batter continued to deal devastating blows, but the spirit user began to notice something. Batter movements were becoming sloppy, his speed slowing down, his energy weakening. It seemed that while the Batter possessed such great power, he was not able to fully control it. Even with this knowledge, they didn't know if they could beat the Batter, but they had to try. It seemed both sides knew that time was of the essence, so they began charging up and channeling all their energy into the next blow, the one to decide it all. They ran towards each other and lunged, the final collision of the battle. Is it almost ready? Just about. Are there any leads on where he went? No. But we know he's still out there. Somewhere. Waiting. This time, we'll be better prepared. We owe it to them. The Fallen. That's why we're doing this, so that never happens again. Alright, we're ready. As of this moment, the OvO space program is up and running. You ready? I'm ready. How long do you think he'll be out? I don't know. Well, there you have it, guys. That was the lore of OvO. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, like and comment down below. Also, if you enjoy this type of content, other content that I put out, then hit that subscribe button. But anyways, have a good day, and as always, I'm your host, TheLilJoker, and I'm out. Bye-bye.